Hello. Do you have a child who likes to have the last word? You know, a discussion that eventually turns into an argument because they're not accepting your final word as the last word and they just keep coming back with theirs? I did. My teen and I, we butted heads regularly. All I wanted was for her to accept the fact that what I said was it. No such luck. Hence, things would escalate. Eventually, I came to realize and appreciate that she took after her mother. Or maybe you have a little one who keeps testing you and doing more of what you're telling them not to do. And it is irritating and frustrating, and the heat climbs in you, and eventually you react, probably in less than wonderful ways with your little one. You know, these kinds of moments, they can leave us feeling worse than our child. Like me with my teen, she'd head out the door after a battling morning, slamming it on her way out, essentially having that last word. And how would I spend my day? Rehashing and regretting and finally just feeling guilty until she and I could reconnect more positively later. Here's what I've come to know through both my background and my experience, and also through one of my favorite parenting authors, Hal Runkle of Scream Free Parenting. When we feel it is our responsibility to get our child to think, feel, and behave a certain way, our way, the right way, the better way, then we have to work ever so hard at controlling them. And when they comply, whew, that can feel great. We can feel like a good parent again. We can feel in control. But more often than not, they rebel over and over and over again. And like with my teen, it can become truly relationship depleting. And here's what I'd like you to consider. When we're reacting and trying to control our child, we're actually displacing the very opportunities they need in order to grow well. It's displacing their ability to learn how to regulate their own emotions, how to take responsibility for themselves, the very thing we'd like them to feel increasingly capable and competent and able to be in charge of themselves. All of these are key for successful adulthood. So, what is a relationship building option when our buttons are pushed, the heat rises, and reactivity is the name of the game? It is the power of pause. And pause, by the way, is a muscle. And the more you use it and even think about it, you strengthen it. A pause is when your buttons are pushed. It's that bit of space and time you take, no matter how brief, to calm yourself down, think about what you really want in the situation, think about what the needs of your child are, and then step back in and respond based on what you want the most and the needs of your child. A pause is a relationship building always. It creates that opportunity for the essential connection your child needs. It communicates respect. It allows you to step in alongside with calm connection leading the way. What a way for a child to feel safe and secure despite their upset, to have you calm and connected to them. It communicates your confidence in their ability to manage themselves. It communicates that they're safe and that is the foundation for trust for them. They can count on you to keep it together no matter how upset they get. It gives the space for understanding the feelings and the needs of the child. A pause is always relationship building. So what are some ways to pause? Oh, there's so many, and they're different for everybody and different in every situation. But a short list would include taking a few deep breaths, maybe closing your eyes, counting to 10 or 100. It could be like it was for me, breaking eye contact, and I can go off and do something quickly, like swipe the kitchen counter or run down and switch the laundry or cry on my husband's shoulders if he was available. Maybe it's like one dad told me worked for him, how he would walk around a piece of furniture, be on the other side of it from his child. And a mom I know, she found herself going to get a drink of water when she needed to pause. She said some days she felt like she was drowning in water pauses. Or maybe it's just being able to say, hey, I hear you. I need time to think about this. Let me get back to you. If I had known that as a pause with my teen back in our battling days, what a difference that would have made. We could have both paused. And then when we come back together, more likely interact in a more relationship building way. How cool would that be? And you know, you already are pausing. Ways to think, discover how you already pause. Or to think about the times that maybe you expected something to be a challenge and to fall apart, and it surprised you that it didn't. Or maybe think about times when you do feel calm despite how big the feelings are of your child. Or even just think about when you feel best about how you've behaved, no matter how your child has. In those stories, in those memories, in those experiences, you've created a pause. And maybe it was an ingrained pause that was established a long time before, such as the mom I know who had made it a rule that after school healthy snacks were the only snacks available. And so when her son would push back on that and whine and complain and want something else, it didn't push her button. She was clear on the rules. He was too. She didn't mind if he got upset. She offered him the healthy food, and it was really up to him to decide if he was going to choose to eat it or choose to skip the snack. So her clarity on that a healthy snack was going to be the rule was part of her pause, ingrained. The other part was the encouraging self-talk, which I didn't mention earlier and should have in the list of ways to pause. It's saying to yourself, I've been here, we can do it. He's only 2, I can wait it out, I can stay calm. That encouraging self-talk is one of the most valuable ways to create pauses for yourself. So I wonder what could be different today for you if you found yourself creating a pause when you feel your buttons are pushed and the heat rises. What will you choose to do to pause? What will help you remember to pause? For me, it was writing the word pause on a sticky note and putting it in key places for me to see. Another parent I know would draw a pause button on her hand. And what was fun about that was that her children knew what it was. And sometimes they're the ones who came up and said, Mama, we got to push your pause button. So a little humor came into that, which should help create the pause and change the dynamics. So today, think about what would work for you to remember to pause and what you're going to do in order to pause and give it a try. I encourage you to think less about or worry less about what you're going to do following the pause, and instead just pay attention to the pause and stepping in with calm, because something will go better. You will notice a difference. And it doesn't matter so much what you say or what you do. It matters way more how you do it. Do it with calm connection leading the way. I wonder what it would be like for you if you had a really strong pause muscle. What would be different in your life? Thank you.